Rob's in the Everglades to find the true differences between his crocodiles and Florida's alligators. He intends to sit, perform for, and ride as many as he can. Then he'll hunt for eggs, hand catch in the wild, meet the American crocodile, and rope, wrangle and swim with many more. Rob always smiles at crocodiles, but what does he do about the killer instinct sneer of Grinnin gators?
Being a crocodile man, I've always heard a lot about alligators, how big they grow, how aggressive they are. To really find out how an alligator ticks, I've come here to Gatorama in Florida. I'm here to basically turn an alligator inside out, to see how it stacks up against my saltwater crocodiles. Best place to do it, in a farm just like my own. Morning, Alan.
Morning, how you doing?
Good, mate, good.
Good.
Show me a big alligator.
Well, we got them over here. They're ready.
They're ready, eh?
Gatorama has been Florida's premier alligator attraction since 1957. It was later also developed into this thriving commercial alligator farm. Alan Register told Rob there are plenty of gators, 6 species of crocodiles and more for Rob to experiment with and learn from.
Oh yeah. Tell you what, they're strange looking critters, aren't they?
These guys are pretty old too. Come on, get it. Come on, let's go. Come on.
They've got awfully wide heads, haven't they, for the size of their bodies?
Yes, they do.
When I see the head, you think there's got to be much more of a body behind it. From what I've heard, these are supposed to have more jaw pressure than a crocodile.
I think so, somewhere between 22 and 2,300 pounds per square inch.
Right. I always reckon the crocodile had about 1 tonne, which is about the same, 2,000 something pounds per square inch, but it's very hard to get them to bite as hard as they can. Yeah. How deep's your water here?
It's about 3.5 to 4 feet deep.
Oh well, they're not coming up very high then, are they? No. I mean, the salty, I reckon, can come up to their back legs, so one of these would be up about here somewhere with the salty.
Yeah, these guys.
So they seem to be much slower, but then they've been doing it a long time, haven't they?
Right, yeah.
So they might.
A lot of body weight on them too. These guys are really fat.
Yeah.
I think they're not.
Well, I tell you what, my salties are pretty fat too.
Yeah. These guys, I don't think they're as, well, they're certainly not as aggressive, and they're quite old.
Yeah, I don't like the term aggressive because I don't think there's any aggressive animals on the planet. More of the killer instinct in the crocodile than there is here by the looks.
But you're not just here for the thrills. There's some learning to do.
When comparing similar kind of animals, you've got to go to anatomy. And I go to the head first. Crocodile skull, alligator skull. Now these two animals are of a comparable size. I've always thought alligators were more intelligent than crocodiles because they seem to be able to be tamed. Looking at the skulls, I've noticed it's the opposite. The crocodile, the brain of this crocodile, accepts my finger completely all the way down. And looking at the brain of a similar sized alligator, my little finger doesn't even go in. So the alligator seems to have about half the size brain as a crocodile. So he's thick, a bit thicker. So I don't know, it just seems he might not be as intelligent as a crocodile. With these two skulls, I can show you how to tell the alligator from the crocodile. There's many different remedies, if you want to call them that, of how to tell them apart. And some of those are alligators open their top jaw, crocodiles open their bottom jaw. But all animals with a backbone open their bottom jaw because the brain's attached to the backbone. The best way is when an alligator's got his mouth closed, all of his teeth on the bottom fit inside of these teeth here. And the fourth tooth in the lower jaw especially fits inside of a socket here. So when the alligator's mouth is closed, you cannot see that bottom jaw. With the crocodile, when his mouth is closed, that fourth tooth in the lower jaw actually comes outside and sits into a groove. So you can actually always see all of the crocodile's teeth when his mouth is closed.
Back in his own wildlife park, Rob shows the differences on a very snappy and live specimen of a saltwater crocodile.
One of the most commonly asked questions is what tells the crocodile from the alligator. Well, basically alligators are just another kind of a crocodile, but it's this tooth here. In the alligator, this tooth here actually fits into a socket in the top jaw, so when his mouth is closed, you can't see that. Now, when he closes his mouth, you'll be able to see that tooth. But it's basically that tooth there. This unusual looking skull, because it's got a bump on its nose where a saltwater crocodile doesn't, belongs to the American crocodile, which is also a saltwater species. And Alan's got a couple of them here, so I'm going to check these fellas out too to see if they're very similar to the one I'm used to playing with. And looking inside of this thing here, that bump is also inside, so it could have something to do with bellowing. He might be a noisier one than the saltwater one.
Robbie will get a chance at a closer look at an American crocodile later. But first, he must get better acquainted with the behaviour of alligators. At first, they seem shy, but his antics draw an appreciative audience. Then it's out into the wilds of the Everglades to see nesting crocodiles and collect some crocodilian eggs for the breeding farm. But working with gators all day builds an appetite. That's when Rob really appreciates southern hospitality, where whatever you catch, you can eat. Then it's aboard the SUV of the Everglades to see how the swamp treats drug runners. And there's always time for a little hand gator snatching. After a gator tail, bullfrog and swamp cabbage cookout, it's time to move some animals around. Then the two stooges decide to hunt some crocodile. But coming up after the break, Rob meets and does some quick dentistry on Goliath.
Alan, I noticed on that big crocodile skull this bump on its nose. It was hollow underneath, so to me that suggests it might be a much noisier crocodile than my stolties.
It could be. They don't make a lot of noise. It's kind of a coughing sound, and it sounds like and I haven't noticed when they do it or why they do it, so I'm not sure.
Where's your big fellow?
Well, we have our big
Goliath.
Goliath. Yeah, he's in the back there, and we can actually hop in there with him and see if we can get him to do something.
I'd like to play with him.
Okay, yeah, you can get in the water with him, fine.
Oh, thanks.
Here's Goliath's pool right here, and you're welcome to get in there if you'd like. Be my guest.
Thanks.
You're on your own.
How old is he?
He's about 40 to 42 years old. He was brought into Gatorama back in 1967 as a young adult.
And how long?
Right at 14 feet.
Oh, good. He's an ugly looking devil. Never thought I'd say that about a crocodile. But what I'm going to do with this fellow is try a few of my salty tricks on him. See if he reacts the same. Going to get in the water here and splash and see if he comes up to me. I'm going to try and stick my finger in his mouth. I'll see if he reacts to the splash. Oh, yes, come on. Come on. Well, he reacted a bit, but not as much as I thought he would. I can tell you if this was Solomon, he'd be over here, but he wouldn't come fast, he'd come underwater.
The American crocodile is on the endangered species list. Looks like Goliath's taking no chances.
Bit of an unfortunate thing, he's got one eye missing on this side through fighting, so he can't really see me on this side, so. Come on here, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. There's that bump that the saltwater croc doesn't have. They have great big granulated ridges that go down here. Got a good set of teeth on him, there's no doubt about that. Over this way a bit, come on. A bit further over, come on, big mouth, big mouth, big mouth, big mouth, come on. Flap, snap, same sort of thing. Good boy. he is at a bit of disadvantage. He's only got very shallow water to play in, so I can take a few liberties. If the water was about 4 or 5 feet deep, be a little bit of a different story. Look at this, same as the saltwater crocodile, blowing bubbles from the eyes. They do that too. I mean, head shape's really similar to a saltwater crocodile, brain size is very similar, teeth fit together the same way. They've just got much bigger scales on their back. Hey, mate.
Even Robbie's finger in the mouth trick seems to work.
Is that a tooth that's coming out or not? It is. Okay, got myself a souvenir. Dentistry. I do that all the time with my crocs as well. Crocodiles continually shed their teeth. A tooth grows in from the bottom and pushes the other one away. Just like that. Souvenir. Beauty.
Rob then wanted to see the farming side of Gatorama.
You know, I started the first croc farm in Australia, and we'd have maybe 20 farms in all of Australia. How many you got here in Florida?
We've got about 30 farms here in Florida. Most of the concentration of farms are in the United States are in Florida and Louisiana.
All right.
And Louisiana probably has about 40 or 50.
All right. About how many alligators they kill a year, do you reckon, between the lot?
Alligators overall, about right at 300,000 a year.
Wow.
A lot of alligators.
A lot of alligators. And you do about what?
We only do about 1,000.
All right.
So we're small.
Just small
potatoes.
time.
Yeah, small potatoes.
But enough for you.
That's right.
All right. So these are the hatchlings.
These are the hatchlings. They'll be yearlings in about 2 more months.
All right.
Where food is abundant, young alligators can grow about 30 centimetres or 1 foot per year. These gators are well fed and show the greatest growth in their first year.
Let's go.
Having fed the babies, Rob was keen to get out into the farm's lagoons and introduce himself to some bigger gators.
The most important thing I've noticed about these alligators in this pool as compared to my crocodiles in a very similar kind of environment is that my crocodiles, if I come here to feed, will come underwater because that's the way they hunt. They don't want the animal that's here knowing they're here. They come underwater right to where they are. I reckon alligators hunt a lot more placid animals, things that don't bite back. And that also is probably why the eyes are on top of the head. They're not too worried about injury to the eye. If I touch a saltwater crocodile in the eye, he not only closes his eye, he pulls it right back into his head to protect it. So these are more of a tame, if you wanted a tame variety of crocodilian.
The gators get a show, but are a tough audience.
If I did this with a crocodile, I'd be dead 4 times. They just couldn't help themselves. Anything acting in distress really excites a crocodile. That one's getting a little bit excited, but the rest are not. There's no doubt about it, they are more placid than crocodiles. I really think it's got a lot to do with the size of their brain. They're not too smart. Let's go, gators, come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Here, hey, come around this way. Come on, come on, come on.
But he was determined to get them onto land for a better look.
Ha-ha, sitting on an alligator. Nah, not like a crocodile at all. I really do think that a lot of the alligators' nature has a lot to do with where it lives. Huge swamps, completely in water, so nothing has to come down and drink at a certain spot. A lot of turtles that just pop up on logs and sit there. A lot of snakes is here, and a lot of birds falling out of nests, so he doesn't have to be the active hunter that an estuarine or saltwater crocodile of Australia has to be. He has to zero in animals when they're drinking or crossing rivers. These don't. They probably thought, what's that crazy person doing? And they just run away. Can't blame them.
Next, Rob sees if nesting female American crocodiles are as temperamental as Aussie ones. It was nesting season here on the farm. Rob wanted to test the female American crocodile's protective instincts compared with his own highly defensive saltwater crocs.
You reckon that's one of the females?
Now here comes another one from the other side. We actually had 2 nests up here with 2 different females.
At the same spot nearly?
Yeah.
Ah, right. She's still here. She's still a bit frightened though, isn't she? We've got a bit of what I call typical crocodile response here. When the female came over, she went underwater to come over to where we were. But it's been about 80 days or so since the nest has been laid, so she might have even given up on it. Another one just out here.
Rob tries the splash test again to lure in the big female.
Just come up closer. Just there. Come on.
Then it's down to imitating baby crocs in distress.
That's a bit more crocodile-y. Female American crocodile. They've got nests up here, but it's been 80 odd days since they've been laid. But at least she's shown a little bit of the aggressive, defensive response. I sit here and squeak like a little fellow. It's still very reluctant to come out the water. Saltwater crocodile, be right up here straight away. Come on, here we are. So you can see why our saltwater crocodile has a reputation of being the most aggressive, if we could call it aggressive, but she's just been a good mum. Come on. I'm just going to see if she'll come to the splash. I can even actually put my hand in the water if I like, people. And if I splash something, instant reaction from him. That's what makes them so dangerous. Once they're under that water, they can move, and you wouldn't even know they were there. But at least we got a bit of classic crocodile behaviour.
Florida is, of course, a seasonally very wet place, and the Everglades are a vast wetland supporting a dazzling amount of life. But it's alligators that rule the roost here.
Well, Robbie, you ready to go get some eggs?
Yep.
All right. I think I know where a good nest is.
You do. Okay. That must be land back there, is it?
That is.
Okay. Looks like one's been up in here too. I can see one up there with his head up. You got some gators here, all right? Okay. We're gonna pole along or paddle?
I brought a paddle and a pole.
Okay. Now deep.
What's that age-old advice about never standing up in a boat?
Let's hope we don't fall in. Look.
In this part of the world, it's not long before you find what you're after. And as humans encroach, you never seem to be far from a highway.
Looks like a slide up there. Slide there, eh? Yep. Can you see a nest?
Yep, not a tall one.
Huh?
Like, not a real big one, but we can go check it out.
Wonder if she's around. Doesn't look much of a nest, does it?
No, I don't know. There might not even be anything in here.
Gee, there isn't much, is there?
Here's some right here.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, I have had saltwater crocodile nests like this too, but they don't have much chance of hatching out in the water if they're like that.
Now, do the saltwater nests, do they build a mound?
Yeah, exactly the same. Eh? It's exactly the same. Some really huge ones.
Huh.
What is surprising that Mum's not here.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily like having my back to her, but I guess you can watch that way for me.
Okay. A lot of them are cracked too, eh? Look at that. Well, there is banded eggs there, so some of them are fertile. That one's not, of course.
No, this one's
Broken too, yeah. Well, that one's fertile, I can see that. Another one here fertile, another one down there fertile,
good.
Another one there fertile. Yeah, she's not too bad.
All right. Well, let's get some of this nesting material here.
They're a lot smaller than the saltwater crocodile egg too, actually.
Yeah.
A lot smaller. Average size nest?
Looks like it. I don't know, we'll count them when we go, but
Okay.
should get anywhere from 28 to 35 eggs.
All right. Biggest nest I've heard of saltwater is 80.
Wow.
So that's a lot, yeah.
But
the average is around 45.
Right.
And about how many eggs do you collect in a year?
Here on the farm, we'll collect anywhere from 800 to 1,000. And I'd say that our fertility is pretty low, and that's pretty common in a farming situation like this for alligators anyway, that the fertility might be around 50 to 60%. And then if we take care of the eggs real nice, then we'll hatch out 85 to 90% of those. So far I've got 31.
31? There's still a few to go. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 40. Plus 3 broken.
That's a good net.
That would add 43 eggs, eh?
Hard.
Yes, very good. She showed no interest.
No.
If this was the farm at Edward River, we'd be beating her off with a stick. Although in the wild it's different sometimes. If you come over the slide with the boat, it often frightens the female away. So, but in the farm situation where they've got no fear of humans, they really give you some grief.
That's true.
Next up, Rob's not too excited about having tree for dinner, but does get to hand pick the entree. These Everglades not only provide a rich food source for the animal inhabitants, but have fed the human invaders for many years too.
Well, Robbie, I talked to my wife. She wants us to get something special for dinner tonight.
With a chainsaw?
Of course.
Looks like we're going to have a tree for dinner. I can see the need for the chainsaw. You wouldn't want to be doing it with a pocket knife.
This is actually the state tree of Florida, the sable palm, and it grows prolifically here in Alan's backyard.
You've got to get the right size tree.
The heart of palm, as it's officially called, is prepared and eaten by locals and visitors as a way to honour the tree. There are even annual festivals and parades to celebrate this plant's hidden delights.
That's what I call going through a lot of trouble to get your dreams.
It's a southern delicacy, but it does go by a more colourful name.
And what do they call this?
Call this swamp cabbage.
Swamp cabbage, eh?
That's right. What we're going to do is we're going to take and cut it. And you see where the ring is here?
That ring inside there.
Right. And cut it, clean it up. You can eat it raw. So if you're in the woods, you don't want to cook it, you can eat it. Or if you're close to home and you want somebody to cook it really good for you, you can cook it that way too. At the very bottom here, it's called the bitter end, and or the bitter. And you want to make sure when you cook it, you throw that in because it gives it a little extra flavor.
You want me to carry that?
Sure. I'll grab my chainsaw. Okay.
Well, we've got veggies now. We've just got to go get the meat. Yeah. And this is it. Dinner will be the same as the saltwater crocodile you're farming for the meat and the skin.
That's correct. This is what we call a hot house or a grow out house. And we've got them in individual pens based on size.
That how many to a pen?
Anywhere from 75 to 100, once again, depending on the size of the alligator. And as they get larger, we start to thin them out more, through harvest.
And how often do you feed them?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
That gets them going then.
Yes, it does.
So we've got the vegetable. Now which one are we going to have for the meat?
Well, you're the guest. You select.
You look like a good one. This one looks okay to me. Not doing very good.
Sometimes it's better just to get in the water with them.
It is it?
And from a farm that processes alligator for human consumption, there can only be one choice.
Why would you select a particular one? What would make you say that's the better one than that one over there? I reckon he looks good. He's a nice fat one.
Yeah, he's nice and fat. And normally we would harvest that one for primarily because of the hide. Most of the income is derived from the hide, so that's what we're looking for.
Okay, for the better skin.
Yeah, the better skin.
So you wait they get a bit bigger before you really... So better off we take one of the bigger ones in here. One of the bigger, fatter ones would be the best.
This one here.
Looks good, eh? You want me to grab his tail? Now that's something you couldn't do with a crocodile.
Right.
Just by the leg and the front foot.
Okay, I've got mine, and I'm gonna step out of here and let you get your own.
At last, Rob's found another reptile nut he can really relate to, barefoot and ankle deep in gators.
You've got yours.
And once again, the animal magician has everything under control. Almost.
Maybe he knows what's up. Make a lot of noise?
You got a noisy one here.
Coming up on Killer Instinct, Rob and the crew hit the airboats to chase, catch, and get all wet.
There's one more meat item we need to go with the swamp cabbage and the alligator. And the best way to get it is with an airboat.
It'll put me out there, Rob?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Perched up high, these airboats give unrestricted views above most of the Everglades vegetation. Their flat-bottomed, water propeller-free design allows them to skim across water and swampland. Rob agrees this is the only way to fly, especially across here in Lake Placid. Along the way, a small alligator catches Rob's eye, and a little game of hide-and-go-seek ends up with two hands full of baby gator.
Yes! It's my first wild alligator. That's the way to catch them, run them down. Lucky the bottom's hard. I don't think you could do this with a crocodile, but of course if you caught him in an area that's as shallow as this with an airboat, I reckon you could do it too. I just think that alligators aren't too smart. It's that little brain. Okay, mate. Off you go. You hear that? That's a big bull alligator. He's probably heard this one squeaking. In distress, he's making noise. There's a lot of alligators on this lake. It's called Lake Placid. Could be a 30-footer out there, eh? But I'm not here to catch alligators. There's something else.
So it's that hunter's keen eye that surveys and catches every movement. But what is Rob hoping to trap, and is a light airboat a safe place to do it from? For the ill-fated drug runners of this plane wreck, it still wondered if the local wildlife became judge, jury, and executioners.
When they wanted to land on the airstrip out here, the law was waiting for them, so they tried to take off again and didn't quite make the trees. The airstrip's just over there, ploughed into the lake. Apparently one bloke was killed on impact, the other bloke went across the swamp here, but he never made it out. Gators probably got him.
Keen to keep moving, Rob urges a wider search pattern to track down the beast he wants to bag. Then he sees a good sign. This is it.
Gotcha! That's what I'm after. They're called bullfrogs. Look at the size of those legs. Look at the size of those legs. 3 of them and you've got a meal. That's all you need. That's a frog. I can hear another one just back there. See if I can get in.
This is why humans are on top of the evolutionary ladder, because he'll do anything for a laugh.
Yeah, got him just by the end of the toe. Look at the size of him. Hardly worth it. There's got to be an easier way to get dinner.
With all the elements of a hearty meal now caught, it's a leisurely ride back to the farm. But the work's not over yet. Coming next, there's cooking to do, but only to build up strength for a gator catch. Storm clouds gather in the big skies of Florida, while the deep fryer at Gatorama is given a good workout. The local boys and girls love a good cookout.
So you're going to teach me to cook alligator tails, eh?
I like to keep it all the same size. That way it'll cook up evenly. Shake it up. Do them kind of like hot wings or buffalo wings.
There's the mums and dads. If only they knew we were eating the kids. They'd probably treat me worse in the morning.
They would have been so polite to you this morning,
That's
right?
right.
Here are the ribs here. You see, half of it is bone, the other half is cartilage.
You can eat the cartilage?
You can, but I don't. I mean, I get in trouble. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see if you like it. Now this, we just put a little bit of hot seasoning on it.
Looks like it might turn into a cook-in, eh?
Yeah, it might.
Rob's idea of a cookout is the great Aussie barbie, but he's getting used to the deep-fried southern hospitality.
That's what I call a decent-sized frog. Look at those legs. Beauties.
Now hopefully none of them will jump out.
We'll catch them if they do. Nothing like bush tucker. I wonder if they'll take off in Australia, we can have franchise of the southern fried frog. I'll be there.
It's good stuff.
The local critters taste good, but what about that swamp cabbage?
Okay, this is what we have left of the tree.
Now, there you
Put a
go.
little bit of bacon in there.
Well, I'm not a big veggie man. I'm a real carnivore, but I'm going to give it a try.
Give it a try.
Yeah. You do it with bacon, that's good.
Yeah, get a little salty flavor.
You've got to have a bit of meat in there. Okay, one tree.
It's not bad for a palm tree, right?
Not bad for a tree.
Millionaire salad.
The bacon does it. The bacon does it. The bacon does it.
But that's tender too. It's very
That's
tender.
very tender, yeah.
Once the food had all been gratefully downed, it was time to talk about the southern way and the Aussie way to catch big reptiles.
So that's a mean-looking contraption, that is.
Yeah, this is a hook that we use. We call it a gang hook. It has gang hook, and these have the barbs on them. And a problem that we've got right now is I've got a crocodile that's in with the alligators and need to move her out of there. And need to move her out for a couple reasons. First of all, get her back over with the males so that she can breed with them. And then we've got a big alligator need to move out because he's just a mean bull. So we've got to get out of the breeding area because he's not allowing the other bulls or the other male alligators to breed with them. So we need to move them out too.
Well, generally when I want to shift the crocodile in the park there, I want to train, they come up for dinner, I can put a lasso in their mouth, but in other cases I use what we call as a harpoon.
Yeah?
They're just like the two ends of these fish hooks that have been straightened out
Right.
and plonked into some metal. And all we do with that is if we can see, you've got to see the croc really, or if you can feel it on the bottom, then you just jab it in, throw it pretty hard, goes into the skin, and then them two barbs just hang on there. I suppose we should try and get out there and
Give it a shot.
see if we can't get these crocodiles or gators.
We'll just go with your method, and if that doesn't work, then we'll go with the old standby here.
If we can, yeah.
Rob prepares his mini hooks and mounts them onto a spear.
Okay.
The first job was moving that mean male alligator. Not only was he bullying the other young males, but he was also freaking out some of the farm staff as he'd set up house near an access path.
Together. Just his back there. Come on. What we really need. Crocodile or a gator in the daytime.
The gator's not going without a fight though, and he hisses his displeasure.
Where'd you learn to lasso? We go for
It wasn't the outback.
Nah. Hey, you did
The
it.
Brettle method seems to have worked.
You want your hook on in? At least the old harpoon held in well. See it there? Yeah.
Next up, it's a big drag for that gator, and on a crocodilian-filled lagoon, Rob decides to check the keel. The next phase in moving that troublesome gator was to bring in the heavy equipment. Crocodiles and alligators are tough animals and require a firm but caring hand when moving them. This is almost a routine job here at Gatorama and at Robbie's Wildlife Park in Australia. But no matter how many times this task is performed, these guys never forget the risks involved in handling such a primitive beast.
What are we going to do now?
Okay.
Lift him up?
Well, try lifting him without the tractor. We take and wrap it around this, just wrap it around the top here.
Okay.
And I'll crank her up. Then you can go ahead and release it there. Yeah, what I'll do is I can come in closer and just keep pulling it up.
It looks like Rob's forgotten his regulation safety boots again.
Got his snout got good there?
What the gator can't see, he can't hurt.
I'll get this harpoon out of him. But you try and pull that out. Thing out.
Wow, that holds real good. That's amazing.
Just got to nick it on the inside here where the barbs are. One. There we go. Just hold that up there. Okay, no worries.
The alligator crawls on its belly all of its life, so this small journey has no effect on his tough hide. It's now into a new life with boys as big as him and a group of females. Rob loves to sit on his big crocs at home and takes it for granted to sit on this gator to finish removing the ropes. The farm workers are amazed at Rob's living alligator skin seat. Alan likes the idea of riding a big gator himself, so Robbie prepares the big bull.
Okay, come on. Come on.
when a crocodile gets over a certain size and age, I might add, you can actually sit on him. Well, I call it riding. Not so much riding as just sitting there. His scales on his back are so bony that he really can't get back to reach you. Simple as that.
Oh. I saw you ride one yesterday. I wanted to ride one today, and look what I get, a flop. Come on, let's
try again this afternoon. Fresh one.
Okay. Well, we got this guy out of here. We got him out of that hole. He was back there and he was intimidating all those females, and we'll hold him up here and put him in the front pond here where he's with those big guys, just like him. This is early retirement. We throw a few females in there for them, thinking that they're not going to move out, but they
do sometimes.
They do.
Well,
ready?
Job well done.
Let's find something else.
Next job was to move a crocodile that sneaked his way into the alligator lagoon. They boarded a narrow little boat Rob dubbed the SS Gator Bait.
At least we got a gator, have we? You got something. Yeah. Where's the crocodile then? Straight on further.
Looks like they struck gold, and armed with nothing more than a harpoon, some rope and the knowledge they were gliding over 40 alligators and one croc, the fight begins. For a while they wonder who's caught whom.
Out a bit.
Crocodiles are immensely strong animals, but over a very short time. They can stay submerged for over an hour, but if too stressed, they can drown. Rob knows he must wear down the croc, but then act quickly. The boat is unstable, and Rob thinks of the consequences of falling in a gator-filled lagoon.
I've only got one inner.
Rob wants to put another harpoon snare into the croc, a little insurance for catcher and catchee. Even in a weakened state, the croc is unpredictable. Thinking quickly, Rob swims to the back and then to the port side of the boat and wastes no time getting out of the alligator's hunting ground. Now that Rob has assessed the underwater situation, it's time to get the croc into shore.
It's a Yankee 10, you know, it's not like those Aussie 10s you got down there.
Mission almost accomplished, and Rob feels confident.
Once again.
Robbie, could you pull the boat a little closer so I don't get wet?
It's like this day has some significance for Rob.
Friday the 13th. Remind me never to go swimming on Friday the 13th again. Boat's so narrow, very unstable. That's all it is. Lucky she was really worn out.
And the Yank Gators weren't interested in this little Aussie mouthful.
Anyway, Alan, next time we want to move a crocodile, get somebody else.
If you can't do it, nobody can do it.
Wouldn't have missed it for quids.
Appreciate it.
We'll try a mouth up. Okay, you pull on that one there.
The big winner here, of course, is this little female crocodile who can now be returned to the correct lagoon.
That's not the way to catch a crocodile. But it happens. It is Friday the 13th. I'm Rob Brettle.
I'm Alan Register.
And thanks for joining us on Killer Instinct. Oh, a little bit of a shake there.
I was scared for you too.